Hi everyone, in this video series I'm going to be covering my Genshin characters, my builds, and how I use them in team comps. For every character I own, this goes for 4 stars and 5 stars. Currently I own all the 4 stars that are available in Genshin, and so I feel this is a great time to go over how I've built them. If this series helps you, please leave a like, and I'm sure if you want to find any other characters that may pique your interest, please take a look on my channel, and thank you very much for watching. Hi everyone, in this video I want to talk about Yanfei. I've actually already covered Yanfei a couple of times in previous videos on my channel, but I thought I'd make it part of this series because she's one of my favourite characters in Genshin. The kit is really straightforward, and to be honest this is one of the oldest sets I've had on this character. There's quite a few different ways you can build Yanfei. The most recommended would be with the Crimson Witch of Flames set. Which I believe my Amber's actually got that set. If I go over to my Amber, I believe she's got the set that I built for Yanfei. I believe. Yeah, it ended up just getting not enough crit damage for my liking. It's okay. It's an okay set, but be warned, this domain for the Crimson Witch of Flames is very rough on the RNG drops. You will get pieces for, say, Bennett, you'll get pieces maybe for, say, like Hu Tao, but getting just DPS pieces for characters like Diluc or even Yanfei here can be very, very, very difficult. I mean, we'll look at some of the rolls on here, all into attack on that. Again, we've got some nice crit damage on that piece actually, but again, a 23% energy recharge on an attack piece there, not brilliant. You could say Zhangling maybe with that. I guess Zhangling's another useful person for this kit. Crit rate with terrible substats, and most of them have all got terrible substats on this. So again, with HP. So if you get some nice pieces from this domain, definitely keep them. But what I ended up using pretty much from the very beginning, and what you get lots of good pieces for, is the Wanderer's Troop set. Now this works with the way I use her in part of her kit, and I'll show you that in a brief moment. I'm going to show you some team comps here, but I'll also demonstrate a team comp that I used at the beginning of the game, and it practically carried my team all the way to like AR 55. And I cleared pretty much every bit of content in the game with it. So Yanfei definitely is one of my favourite characters. One of the first characters I got. We've now got her C6. I've had her C6 for a little while. Really enjoyed that. It's good fun, but I have started out with like a C1 Yanfei and then worked my way up over the constellations over the last years. The weapon, I've given her the Battle Pass weapon, and I had a Battle Pass, say, I think 4 times, and I got this refined 3 times. So again, quite unique. This weapon works really nicely with her. If not, you're going to want to really use something like the Wid Sif. It's the best sort of free-to-play option if you can get your hands on that. It's got the crit damage substat. It can be a little bit RNG with what it chooses to be at the time, because it changes depending on the tune I think it's playing. But overall, I would recommend even getting 1 copy of the Battle Pass just for this weapon if you really like Yanfei, because it's a very good weapon. And it suits her kit perfectly. And I still haven't got a 5-star cat that's suitable for her. I got Nahida's weapon, but that's not really suitable for her. But anyway, if I go over the stats here, we got 50% crit rate, nearly 200% crit damage. Again, this set's very old, really, and I've got a lot of nice Wanderer's Troop pieces that I could also rank up, but I just haven't done it because sadly, not many people use this artifact set, in my opinion. The other character that I've got that uses it is Farazan, because of the way I use her kit with charge shots. But other than that, if you got this, probably like Lisa, a few of the other catalysts might take advantage of this set. But anyway, let's just go over the brief stats here. I say some of these are really old pieces, so crit damage 20%, defense 20%, apparently. We didn't realize that. 36% crit damage. This is probably one of my best pieces on my entire account for crit damage. And it was one of my very first pieces that I had. Got a nice attack piece here of crit and crit stabs on that. Pyro damage could be better, but it's okay. Got some defense on it. Say Yin Yang piece with that, and then we got a crit damage piece here. Again, if you get any nice crit damage, like sort of circlets on this, just keep them because they're so rare, particularly for this set. Anyway, getting nice sub rolls on them. But anyway, so I believe that covers. I got level 8 on the main normal attack, and then we got 9 and 9 because of the C6. I did actually want to bring these up to 8, so this would actually be at about 11, I believe, but I haven't done that yet. I will do it in time. She's a character that I didn't really want to invest too much into because she's a 4-star, but ultimately she's really, really strong. So I'm just going to do my normal route. Try not to go in too much depth with this. I'll show, this is one of the teams I'm going to be demonstrating, but I'll show the team I started off with. It's the most probably free-to-play friendly. I mean, I had this team because mainly the characters were on the banners at the time, and I appreciate that Sayu... Actually, no, I got Sayu off of the default banner. Where's Dana and then Beidou? Sorry, where is she? There she is. Okay. This, I mean, I could demonstrate this team, I suppose, but I don't really use it anymore. This is a team that I very much started out with when I basically first played Genshin. I was fortunate enough looking back to actually have these characters, but this worked really well. You got 2 healers that were also doing buffing and debuffing depending. So you got like Diana, I had like Diana constellations early on. But Beidou's ult powers up Yanfei and also can counter. So if Yanfei is getting into some trouble, you can hot swap to Beidou and then use her counter and get a nice sort of reaction out of that. I now demonstrate the team this was on, and I'll briefly explain why I use this team. Something about this team, I don't know what it is. I just like it. It just suits her, I think. They're all from Leeway as well, which I did try to keep in theme. So Chi-Chi's a fantastic healer, and if anything, she suits Yanfei's kit perfectly. Obviously, Xingqiu goes with normal attacks, and Yunjin's buffing normal attacks. So this is all, again, based around just buffing Yanfei. And if I briefly show my second team, which I've got Zhangling in the minute. And it's a lot of fun with Zhangling.
Be sure to make a proper appointment.
But the main character I've been using in this is Yanfei. So Yao Yao, Yanfei, Yelan, and Beidou. And again, I'll demonstrate this team secondly. This is really fun. I'm actually using this team quite a lot at the minute, and that's why Zhangling was in it. But I realised that Yanfei is probably the better person for that. But anyway, without further ado, let's go and do my usual run. I just demonstrate on this. Now, generally, I'll demonstrate briefly at the beginning here what you want to do with Yanfei. She's a catalyst user, obviously, so you want to be using range attacks. Generally, what I'll do is 1, 2, 3, and then I'll do a charge. And you'll notice that she'll basically generate these scarlet seals. And then ultimately you want to be going into a charge attack and then her skill and then maybe another charge attack because I think it's free. You regenerate her scarlet seals, and the same thing with her ultimate. Her ultimate will regenerate her scarlet seals, so again you get another charge attack out of it. Hopefully it becomes okay, but obviously the supports here are all just to support Yanfei. Yanfei is the DPS. You want as much. She's very greedy with the screen time, but then she's extremely powerful, so I mean, I do that a lot, actually. So I've got 4 Scarlet Seals, just go straight for a charge attack. Got 4 Seals again, straight for another charge attack. He's in the water, which is actually going to help us vaporize him very easily there. Going a bit of Xingqiu again, they're both in the water, so we can just vaporize these guys. They've kind of met their demise there very easy. But I appreciate, if you don't like her kit, I'm afraid there's not much you can really do about it. People either like the Catalyst users or they don't, and Yanfei is very much a... If you don't like her kit, you're probably not going to like any of the Catalyst users in the game, because she's probably one of the most flexible. Outside of someone like Wanderer, she's definitely one of the most flexible, and probably easiest to use, in my opinion, but definitely quite tricky. But once you're used to the kit and everything, it was instantly probably one of the reasons I actually got into Genshin, was just purely because I really enjoyed her kit. It reminded me of Lieutenant Mustang from like Full Metal Alchemist, that kind of pyro user. I just did it, it's a bit too late on that. I do try to utilize Chi-Chi's. Chi-Chi's really funny. You could say why Chi-Chi, just because her healing is awesome. If you have her built right, it just really works with this team. It gives Yanfei downtime. And usually with the ult, I've got I think it's C1. When you hit people, it adds a tag to them, an omen. So if Yanfei is really weak, she can basically get like full health. I mean, she's only got 14k HP anyway. But she can get like full health probably within about 2 hits of an enemy. I mean, I could probably try and even demonstrate that, but then Chi-Chi's also got an ultimate, which will do the same thing. Any characters that are attacking the enemy with an Omen on them, they will heal. So for that reason, I feel it, for kind of an Unga Bunga team like this, I think Chi-Chi works really well, and it's definitely one of her best teams.
Orders given. Orders received.
So these are the seals I'm on about. I'm sure most people have Chi-Chi by now. And obviously Yunjin also has a counter. So if you haven't got the iframe to use... Because the thing this team hasn't got is a shield. So you've got to kind of be a bit aware. It's never bothered me, but that's kind of why Yunjin here. And Yunjin can generate a shield, but she's got a counter, so with her skill. So if you use... Basically, if you use that at the correct timing, it will do the full stage of the counter. If you just hold it, it will again, she'll auto counter with it. I could probably demonstrate that somewhat. I don't try to do that too much this day. I tend to just use it as a stun, a bit more like that, to be honest. Let's see if I can demonstrate. Because we got Beidou coming up as well, and I'm going to try and get a counter in on it. Feels good when you hit a perfect counter, though. So here he comes. Ah, I missed. Right. Great demonstration.
Like this.
Time to act.
Alright, let's swap to my other team. And you can say, why this team? I just wanted to use some of my new units, and I always like to experiment with team comps, and this was something that I came up with because I recently got Yelan, and I've been having a lot of fun with this team. You can put Xing Shou in it. There's no real difference between the two, but I've definitely been having a lot of fun with this. And then recently I've been putting Zhang Ling in this instead of Yanfei. That also has been working very nicely. My kind of intention was to maybe see if we can snipe Hu Tao, but my account really doesn't need her, so it'll just be if we can get lucky. No. I should have countered with Beidou there. That would have been the clever thing, but very powerful DPS. There was a trial not long ago with Yanfei. Can't remember whose banner it was, and they didn't give her any supports. The last trial they did give her support, so I thought that was weird. But one of the initial trials they had a while ago, they didn't give her any supports. They just gave you Yanfei, and I thought that was pretty good way of just showing off the character that she can literally do everything. She just needs a good healer or two, and that's why I guess my first team that I showed at the beginning of the video, but I'm not going to demonstrate with Dana and Sayu, that worked quite nicely, just purely because she had 2 healers, and Dana's shield. So basically, if I did mess up, there was just always a healer on hand that I could heal her with, and it wasn't an issue. So the only team, or the only sort of enemy that she really struggles with, if it isn't obvious, is like the Pyro mages. There's one coming up, I'm sure. We've obviously got some supports that will help us clear that, and that's kind of what you need those for. And the same with like the Pyro for Tui. I remember always thinking he was unkillable at the beginning of the game, and I couldn't understand why. And it's because I was using like Yanfei and Noelle to try and kill him, and it just wasn't working, and I didn't understand why this character with this rifle was not taking any damage. And it's because obviously he's Pyro, he won't take any damage because he's a Pyro user himself. For some reason the Fatui have an insane amount of defense, depending on what element they are. Actually quite annoying, but when you understand it, then it's a bit easier. But very frustrating when you're not too sure. I mean, I could even demonstrate here, to be honest. Like, yeah, literally just won't do anything to these Pyro mages. I used to get so upset. Oh, the early days of this game are quite funny, really. honest with you. It's where you want to use someone like Yelan or Jing Shou. They would just destroy his shield within seconds, and you can move forward. But it's also a good sign of if your team is really organized or not, because it's nice to say run, you know, you could have Bennett, Zhangling, Yanfei, and I don't know, Diluc or something. I can have an entire Pyro team, but that is the reality, is that you'll face a Pyro mage and you just won't be able to kill him. And it just sucks having to like run away, swap teams, put a different character in, or change characters, and I don't know. If this video helped you, please leave a like. I've kind of done a few Yanfei videos. I had to look up and see how many. I've actually done 3, or this would be the 3rd. Oh, I should have kept that. We needed healing. I am autopiloting here. I just want the buffs so we can take this guy out easy. Come on. Oh, no, are you returning? No, let's not do that. You came over to see me. Let's finish that. Quite well known in the community as Tank Faye. Kind of teams like this is kind of why she's just known as Tank Faye, because it's just absolute destruction.
But my defense was watertight.
So you could argue the downside of her is that she is single target, apart from her charges like AoE, and you can see here we took a lot of damage, but it's no bother. If I didn't scuff Yao Yao's ultimate, we would have been fine. I have autopiloted this a bit, but if this has helped you, again, please leave a like, and thank you very much for watching. I've got some other guides on my other characters or supports that I'm going through. I've still got quite a few to do, but if you want to see any other guides, please check out my channel, and thank you for watching.